New at 11, the man who police say started a deadly fire on Syracuse's north side is locked up and linked to other fires. It was earlier this month. The blaze broke out on Court Street. 3 people were rushed to the hospital, and one of those victims, 49-year-old Richard Fabrizio, died. Tonight, Syracuse police and fire investigators say they've linked this man, 48-year-old Sean Bowen, to the crime. They say he's a convicted killer who spent the last 21 years locked up for killing his roommate with an axe. The victim's spine was severed. Now Bowen's charged with murder and arson, and police say he started fires before. He's responsible for this. Investigators say it was back in the fall of 2013. There were 4 fires at the same Syracuse apartment complex. The final one at the Eastern Hills Apartments on Polk Street was the largest and the most destructive. Now police say after all this time, they've solved that arson with 1 arrest. CBS 5's Samantha German is with the Live Eye at police headquarters downtown tonight.
Michael, investigators say Sean Bowen started the deadly fire on Court Street after being asked several times to leave the building. Now we're still unclear of why he set the other fires he's been accused of setting.
The Syracuse Police Department closely worked with the Syracuse Fire Department in the joint investigation on the deadly fire investigators are now saying was intentionally set at 801 Court Street by Sean Bowen.
Bowman had been an overnight guest of one of the tenants there at 801 Court Street on the day that the fire was started. And after being repeatedly asked to leave, that's when he set the fire.
Investigators say Bowen has a lengthy, violent criminal record, both locally and out of state. They say he was also arrested this afternoon for 2 previous fires at the Eastern Hills Apartments on Polk Street that happened on both November 16th and 17th of 2013.
This incident could have had a far more tragic outcome if not for the efforts of the firefighters. The fire investigators and the police detectives worked tirelessly to bring this investigation to a close.
Chief Fowler says he's talked to one of the tenants who lived on Court Street, and he says it's clear that neighbors are missing 49-year-old Richard Fabrizio, who died in the fire.
He looked me right in the eye and he said, "Please promise me you won't forget about Mr. Fabrizio." And I said, "No, we won't." And what makes you think that way? He says, "Because he's the type of person that people tend to forget about." And I assured him on that day that we would not forget about him.
Now 2 other people were hurt in the Court Street arson, and one of them was actually the victim's wife, Anna Fabrizio, who we spoke with several weeks ago, and she's still having a hard time adjusting to the fact that her husband's not here, but she is getting help to help her through the days. For now, reporting live in Syracuse, I'm Samantha German.
Thank you, Sam.